Believing in yourself. You can be anything you want to be. Whatever you set your mind to, don't quit. Don't ever quit.
I just had a raw and authentic conversation with Rodney Bridges. Rodney shared with me the consequences of some choices he made at a young age that took him down a dark path in his journey back. I think you're going to be inspired by Rodney Bridges. Today, I'm sitting with Rodney Bridges. And Rodney, I can't wait for everyone to hear your story. Welcome.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Yeah. So tell us, what do you do for C&G? How long you been here? What's your job?
I'm a line operator.
You're an extrusion tech 3, Rodney.
I have to keep up with the jargon.
Yeah.
Yes. And I've been here 5 years. Next month.
It's amazing.
5 years next month.
Seems like it's gone fast for me.
Yeah, it really has. And it's like the newer people that I get to know around here, and they'll tell me, "Oh, we've been here 2 years."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, 2 years?
Yeah.
They just walked in the door to me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, if you've been here 2 years already, how long have I been here?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, Rodney, you're one of those people that you always have a good story. You know, your coworkers love, you care about people, that comes through for sure. So tell me about Rodney. What shaped you into who you are today?
Good parents. They get the nod first.
Yeah.
I didn't know that we didn't have anything. I grew up in the projects.
Mm-hmm. Like in Chicago?
Yes.
Like Cabrini Green?
Yep, like Cabrini Green, but not Cabrini Green.
Okay.
I'm Henry Horner.
Okay.
You know where the United Center is?
Sure.
Before that, it was the Chicago Stadium, and I live right across the street. So, good parents, because I didn't know we didn't have anything. Because all those buildings over there, everybody else is in the same position. Everybody had food stamps. My father was with us, so I had a leg up.
Yeah.
And Christmas was all a good time. And my family that didn't live in the projects, live on the south side, had their own home. I thought they were rich. We were okay, and they were rich.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I got to high school that I started understanding where my family was economically. You know, I got high school, started making friends, and they live in homes too.
Yeah.
You know, that was real foreign to me. Everybody I knew lived in the projects. So good parenting.
So when you think about that upbringing, parents make such a huge difference, right? I mean, you can be the poorest person, but feel the richest, because of the love that
Not
you
poor.
feel.
Not poor.
Yeah.
Just broke.
Broke.
Poor is a mindset.
That's
poor is
right.
behavior.
You're
You
absolutely
just
right.
broke.
Yeah, just broke. Yeah, you had a positive mindset, positive love around you. What are some of the values that you learned from that? Like, how has it shaped you into who you are now?
Believing in yourself. You can be anything you want to be. Whatever you set your mind to, don't quit. Don't ever quit.
Yeah.
Don't ever quit. And that came in handy down the line.
Yeah.
Just not giving up because
What are some of the biggest adversities that you had to overcome to get you here today?
Man. Number one, drug addiction. Remember when they told you that you were the future?
Yeah.
Yeah. You couldn't get me to do the 90s again at gunpoint. Not bragging or anything, I was a golden boy. Very smart, top of my class, high school, went on to college, graduated.
Yeah.
And I feel so stupid when I talk about it, but heartbreak. Heartbreak made me pick, I didn't care. And I started drinking and all that type of stuff. And like I said, late 80s, early 90s, that's when the epidemic hit the big cities.
Yep.
Cocaine epidemic, crack.
Yeah.
And I got a hold to it. And at first you think you're having fun.
Yeah.
You're just enjoying yourself, no big time. And then You're like, okay, this is getting kind of out of hand. Maybe I need to put this down. And that's when you find out you can't.
Hmm.
So,
So I've, never been in that experience
mm,
personally. I mean, obviously, you read about it, but until you experience it, what is that like? The path of no return.
it's all, from the people that I know, it's always some type of something happens that make you not care and make you, go that route when you never had before.
Yeah.
And then once you get into it, it's like they hand you a manual. Honest, I mean not literally, but
Yeah.
they hand you get a manual, and if you keep doing it, you're going to go deeper and deeper and deeper. Everybody that went that way has the same story. You've never been to jail in your life. You're going to jail.
Yeah.
You never did this. You never did that. Yeah, you're going to do all of that. You know,
So it's that getting some event, something triggers it, some.
I'm
And
not even exaggerating. I lost everything except my life. Everything.
how close did you come to losing your life?
God is good because if I was close, I didn't know about it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Had guns pulled on me a couple times, that type of stuff. But yeah, I lost everything.
So how were you able to overcome that? I mean, many people don't come back from
No,
that.
they don't. No, they don't. I lost quite a few. And they did exactly the same thing I did, but they're not here to talk about it.
So for those out there maybe facing a similar struggle, what was it that enabled you to come back from it?
I got to say the one thing that I never wanted to hear when people were trying to tell me, hey, you got to change it around. God, He did it. I didn't. I guess all those years of praying
Yeah.
on the street when I was living on the street, from jail cells when I was locked up. Just one day he decided, okay, your turn. And it just started happening. And
Mm.
things, uh, when I started, you try to go to the rehabs, you try to do the 12-step programs.
Mhm.
And I was clean like 5 years that
Mhm.
way. And I
Mhm.
relapsed and went back into it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it stuck, this time. And I can't take credit for any of that. Any of that. I'm blessed.
Yeah.
God saw favor on me.
So how has that experience, that journey, that difficult situation you overcame helping you today?
I don't take anything for granted.
Yep.
Um, I don't quit. I don't quit. Whatever hits me
Mhm.
probably can't hit me as hard as I've been hit.
Yeah.
You know, and
Gives you a toughness, that inner knowing that you're gonna get through it.
absolutely. And I don't mind talking about it. Not at all. Usually when I talk about it, talking to a few people, and like any other bad situation, I've learned to find the funny in it. Takes a little time to get that.
Yeah.
Takes a little time,
Yeah.
but find the funny in it. And I take, because if I talk to you straight up about it and I remember, it hurts.
The
It
pain.
hurts. And it's, I think about things like, if I hadn't had gone that route, where would I be now?
Mhm.
But you can't think about that. You can't.
No.
I don't wish that on anybody, but what I learned, I wouldn't trade it. I learned too much from it. It made me so much more of a better person. I got what they call fat on your head,
Yeah.
wisdom,
Yeah.
a certain kind
Yeah.
of wisdom. I'm a little bit harder to fool than regular people.
Yeah. Yeah, you are that, Rodney. Yeah.
So
Well, you also have, the support of a good woman here.
absolutely,
You wanna tell us about T?
that's Tawana. You never heard that story?
No, I never heard the story.
We met in high school.
Okay.
That was my first girlfriend in high school.
Really?
Yeah, and she went to another high school. We were 14,
Mm.
and it was the real cute stuff, the puppy love, the real deal.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
hold
yeah.
hands
Uh-huh.
and you walk into a locker and you
Oh, yeah.
carry your books and
Oh,
you
yeah.
walk into the bus stop and get a kiss and lose your damn mind.
Yeah. Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah.
And then she transferred to another school. And she broke my heart. She called me on the phone. I cried like a baby. You know, you love real hard at 14.
So your first love.
Yeah,
First love.
14.
Yeah.
So she went to another school and I never saw her. Never saw her again.
Okay.
And then 7 years ago, she found me on Facebook.
Really?
Yeah.
See, now I can't envision you on Facebook, Rodney.
I mean neither. It was my cousin's fault.
Okay.
It was my
Well, you were
young
meant to meet her then. Yeah.
cousin. I wasn't into social media,
Yeah.
anything like that. She made me a page. And for some reason she misspelled my last name, which is her last name. How'd you do that?
Yeah.
So one day I was at work and I'm playing around on the laptop and I'm like, how do you fix that? Duh, Google. You know, I forget that. I'm old. I forget that sometimes. You sit up there and wonder about a question, like, hey, you got a computer in your pocket. Duh.
Yeah.
So I figured how to fit. And so I changed my last name correctly. And then everybody saw it coming in. I'm like, whoa, people I haven't seen for years and all this
Really?
type of stuff. So she found me on Facebook. And at that time, me and my ex were like, I mean, it was done, had been done for years,
Yeah.
but we still lived together. And I had my company. I used to work for the Board of Trade,
Mhm.
and I worked for a small agricultural trader.
Yeah.
And he folded because he had personal incidents in his life, losing his friends, mother's getting ill. He got ill, and nobody knew how to trade but him. So
Mm.
the company folded. So when she got back in touch with me, you know, she'll come to Chicago to see her son, to see her mom, and we'll get together. And I just had too much going on, and I didn't have a job. You know, I'm between
Yeah.
jobs. And
Yeah.
my girl, you don't want none of this. You don't want none of this. So
But she did. She did want that.
I didn't want to leave Chicago.
No, you're still bemoaning that.
I didn't have I didn't have a job. I was attracted to her. Hadn't
Yeah.
seen her in a long time. She lives in Wisconsin. I can't do all that, and there's just no need to tell the rest of the story because you know who won.
I do. I do. We won. We won.
You
We got
know,
both of you. Yeah.
you know who won.
Yeah. So tell me about your fondest memories of Chicago. What do you love about Chicago?
everything, everything I do. It's just like
You had some good times there.
that's all I know.
Yeah.
You know that's home,
Yeah.
and it's like yeah, you hear about the shootings and you hear about, but no, it's more than gangs and crime in Chicago. Those communities are really close knit. Uh, my next off weekend, I got two reunions come up that I always make. My next off weekend, we have my neighborhood
Mm.
reunion that I'm going to. The projects are gone, but the people aren't.
Yeah.
And we all show up and we see how everybody's doing and what you're up to. And then after that is my high school reunion. I graduated in '84, but we're all very tight.
Mm.
And a few years back, we lost a few of us. And we like, hey, we got to make sure we get together at least once a year, at
Yeah.
least. So yeah, that connection is everything to me. Everything.
So Rodney, if you
The
could,
lakefront,
yeah. Oh gosh, the lakefront. I mean, it's amazing. You know
man.
that. Like, yeah, yeah.
it's,
You
it's
scared me there for a minute.
no, because it's so much. I mean, it's so many.
There's so many things. There's so many things. The festivals. I love Grant Fountain. You know, the Grant Fountain.
Buckingham
The
found
yeah,
in the Grant
Buckingham.
Park
Yes,
and,
yes.
and Grant
That's it.
Park,
Yeah.
all that, and you take. It's a lot of bad things you can say about the town.
There
Yeah,
is.
it's the
Yeah.
crime. You got the crooked politicians. It's a very racist town.
Mm.
You got actual. They call them ethnic enclaves.
Yeah.
You can go to certain areas. You go to Chinatown, don't have to speak a word of English, and you would not have to. You go to 33rd and Wallace, you're Polish, you don't know a word of English, you won't have to.
Yeah.
That's how the neighborhoods are set up. Very few neighborhoods are integrated, which I don't like. the gentrification thing.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
You displaced a lot of people.
Hmm.
It didn't do anything for them. My old neighborhood is unrecognizable, but we're still there. Yeah,
Yeah.
I cut you off.
No, 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 no. That's hey, this is our conversation. Yeah. No, I was going to ask you like role models, or if you could meet anyone from the past or alive today, who would you want to meet
I
and
have
why?
met him, Will Smith.
Tell me about it.
I have met him. Uh, Will Smith, Robert Downey Jr., and these are recent
Hmm.
idols
Okay.
because they lost it all. They got it,
Yep.
they lost it all, and they got it back.
Hmm.
That's what I love about him. And I met Will Smith one night when I was on the street. And we were staying in an abandoned apartment in another project. This is a Harold Ickes. And we call what we do call hustling. Just go out to make money to support ourselves, draw our drug habits, all
Hmm.
that type of stuff. And somebody suggested that it was cold and it was snowing sideways. Tuesday. Somebody suggested we should go try to make some money. And I'm like, you know what? That sounds so crazy. We should go try. And we went out and we were walking downtown. And I want to get the hotel right. I think it was a Hotel Continental on the South Loop, south end of Grant Park.
Yep.
There's a big hotel down there. And anytime I come past that, if I see a limo or something like that parked there, I come up, I knock on the window and
Huh?
do my thing,
Yeah.
do my spiel. So it's a big white excursion sitting there.
Hmm.
And I came up, tapped on the window, it was tenant, and the window came down, and it was Will Smith
Really?
and Norman Gay. It's like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. They were here, and they were in Chicago for 10 days filming Ali. And I'm like, I'm losing my mind and all the time, but nobody was out there. I had the people I was with. So I just told him, I was like, I want to ask you something, but can we just talk? Can we just talk? And he was so down to earth. And we talked
He
for a while.
wasn't like, okay, it's 3 o'clock in the
Yeah,
morning. There's guys coming up, knocking on my window. He rolls it down.
yeah.
Wow.
Because it was me.
Okay, Rodney, you don't
I
look like a little teddy bear. Like,
Exactly.
yeah,
So I gotta do something, smile, crack a
yeah, yeah, yeah.
joke,
Okay, so
something to
what
let
was
you
your
know you're
line?
okay. I don't tell that. I don't tell
Come on.
that. But anyway,
All right.
and I just told him I want to ask you something, but can we just talk? I love your work.
Uh
Blah
huh.
blah blah. Man, you were what was it the Wild Wild West? We all watched that as kids, and they gave James West to a black guy. How amazing is that? So we talked and we talked and we talked and we talked, and I followed him for his whole career.
And you're standing outside with the snow coming sideways at you.
Absolutely,
All right.
absolutely. And I cracked that Nona Gay, Marvin
Yeah.
Gaye's daughter, who was in the movie with him. I cracked on him like that's not Jada because he was married to Jada
Sure.
then.
Yeah.
And we just laughed and we just talked. Then he was like, "Hey, I gotta go. You said that you want to ask me something. What's wrong? You on the street? Need something for your pocket?" I said, "Would you?" And went in his pocket, took off a money clip, gave me a fold of bills about that big, and it was singles on top. And I'm just put it in my pocket and didn't worry about it. And he pulled off, and then one of the guys I was with came around this side, the way he pulled off, and that's when I lost my mind. That's Will Smith. That's Will Smith. Did he give you something? Yeah, let me see what it is. I put it out and stuck my thumb in the middle, and it was 100. And I kept going, and I kept going. $1,806. That's what he gave me.
Wow. So he gave you everything in his pocket.
Yes, he did. Yes, he
Mm.
did. And you know what would be beautiful?
Mm.
If I told you that was the night that I got myself together and I stopped doing drugs. Yeah, but it wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was not.
Yeah. Well,
That would have been wonderful if I could
that would
tell
have
you
been.
that.
Well,
But
you know what? You can tell me that
I can
now,
tell you that
right?
now.
Yeah, because you're sitting here now and you're living a completely different life
Yes.
than you did back then.
And that's the thing I had to keep up front because when I was in that life, I could not see this from where I stood,
Mm.
but I made it anyway.
Yeah.
So
And now you're
where,
standing here.
where I want to go, I'll get that too.
Yeah. And tell me where that is.
Not sure yet, but like I said, peace of mind is huge to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's sure. I'm a creative.
Mm-hmm.
I love to write. I can write.
Yeah.
People always ask me when's the book. It's a book in there. I just don't know what it's about.
Well,
Um,
you haven't lived it yet.
yeah, I love to draw, but my thing is I just can't do it. Like when I tried to go to art school and
Mm-hmm.
stuff, and they say, "Hey, draw this, draw that," I can't do it. I have to be on fire about something. I had to really feel it, and then I can kill it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can kill it.
So, what's your favorite thing about life?
I'm in competition with nobody except the person I was yesterday,
Mm, it's beautiful.
and that's not something I live my life by. That's something I've learned over the years, and it's given me a lot of peace. So the best thing about life is every morning when I open my eyes, I get to go at it again. I get to do it better than I did yesterday. You know, I get to right the mistakes and don't beat myself up about mistakes. Like I said, I used to think, where would I be if that hadn't turned?
Yeah.
I'm the golden boy. I'm a college grad. That wasn't supposed to happen to me, but it
Mm,
did. And I made it out on the other side somewhat, you know, because I don't mind talking about it because I don't care who knows about it as long as I don't forget.
yeah.
And I can't forget. I can't do that.
Well, I think being so authentic, right? Being comfortable in your own skin, you've earned the right for that, right? You've earned that.
What other way is it to
There's
be?
no other way.
What other I'm the only me there is. I'm the best me there
Is- No one
is.
can be a better me than you, or something like that.
Something like that.
All right, Rodney. At this point, it's time for me to turn the table here and give you
Hmm.
an opportunity to ask me any question that you might want to ask me, if you have one.
Well, I asked you the first one at lunch.
Yeah,
Okay. In what was it, 17 years? You
17 years,
17 years? Okay. You're a nice person.
most of the time.
Uh-huh. That's where I'm going to. That's exactly where I'm going. You're
Yeah,
a nice person. I like to
yeah,
think I'm a nice person.
yeah, yeah,
Uh, I like to treat people the way I want to be treated.
yeah.
I would much rather laugh and smile with you
Me
than
too.
anything else.
Yeah,
But in the really real world,
yeah,
you got knuckleheads that
yeah,
won't let you do that.
yeah.
So have you ever had to severely correct someone? And if so, can I hear the story?
Oh boy. Oh, here's the thing. I've had to do that so many
I
times.
know it.
Like it's not like I can be like, "Oh, that one time, back 10 years ago." No, I mean, that's like, I like to listen more than I talk,
Right.
and I like to let other people talk first. I like to hear what people have to say. And you know, and sometimes what people have to say, can hit you the wrong way,
Mm,
and as a leader, that's okay. People have to you have to appreciate everyone is different and everyone has different opinions. And I have no problem with that. But when someone belittles someone else
mm,
or puts somebody else down or feels like they're better than someone else, that's like nails on the chalkboard to me, because I feel like, we all need to be more tolerant.
yes.
We all need to uh, give everyone an opportunity to have believe what they want to believe, be who they are, accept people for who they are. And I work really hard at that. And so when other people want to put other people down,
Yes.
that's that's when you'll see fierce Kathy come out.
I
Yeah, yeah,
like that.
yeah. All right. Well, Rodney, this has been amazing. I
It's
mean,
been
you're
awesome.
I learned so much about you
It's
today,
been
and
awesome.
I have even more respect for the man you are
It's
today.
things are changing
Things are
from the
changing.
last time we talked. Um, things are changing.
Yeah,
I mean, it's there's been being an honest effort to change some of the things that we talked about
Yeah.
out here. I
Yeah.
can see it. You know, I can appreciate it. I can respect it.
We want everyone here to have the best work experience they can.
Absolutely. And, it's getting there. It's good. I told you, like, again, in Chicago,
Yeah.
certain places
Mm-hmm.
where you work, if you land a job there, you
Yes.
just do not leave. And I believe CNG is just about there.
Yeah.
Just
Good.
about
I love
there.
hearing that. Music to my ears. All right, Rodney, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
You inspire me.
Okay.
Thank you.
That was fun.